What's up, everybody? We've got another one here for you from the We Are Legends League. We are week 8 at Summit Point Raceway. Really excited to bring this one to you guys today as we see some warm-up laps taking place. Let's go ahead and go through the grid while we have a second here. Just a minute to get that pulled up. So in the qualifying first here, we're going to have Quentin Nuttall, qualified at a 1:21.477, very, very fast there. In second, we're going to have Riley Fiddler Headsback. As usual, the top two here at these road courses, he qualified in at 1:22.322. Usually he leads these, so that'll be interesting to see if maybe he speeds up a little bit during the race. Coming up the second row, we're going to have Briston Roberts in third, number 12, qualified at a 1:22.374, followed by Riley Goodwin in the 27 car, qualified at a 1:22.744. Followed by that, we're going to have John England, qualified at a 1:22.803, and Jed Cotterman, qualifying at a 1:23.213. Harry Vance is going to be behind them at 1:24.199 in the 85 car. Jared Epker in the 11, qualifying at a 1:24.447. Scott Crane and Timothy Blake going to be behind them in the 88 and 43 respectively. Scott qualifying 1:24.780 and Timothy at 1:25.124. Mike Matherly going to be behind them in the 21 car. We're going to have to wait to see the grid here for the rest of the drivers, as for some reason my overlay is not working correctly and showing all of them. So as we watch them complete some more warm-up laps here, we'll try to figure that out for you guys. Track info, like I said, we are at Summit Point Raceway here. Track temp today going to be 71 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a just about a 2-mile road course with 10 turns. With the weather, we're looking at a 78-degree air temperature, 4-mile-an-hour wind out of the north, 1% humidity, 0 fog, and obviously partly cloudy, as it says. Looks like we are getting ready to grid here. As everyone gets ready and gets lined up. Let's take a look and see if we can see the back of the course here. Let's get a better TV angle here if we can. Doesn't look like it wants to give it to us. Maybe the chopper view will be the best. There we have 43. Mike Matherly in the 21. Looks like we got Shane Briggs behind Mike Matherly in the 999. Mark Breer, the owner of the league, in the number 2 car. And rounding out the very back, you're going to have Eric Steele in the 32. Looks like we're going to have someone that does not grid, so that'll be interesting to see. Let's go ahead and get our tracker pulled up. Now the ticker might not be working again. I'm having a little bit of trouble with that today as we go ahead and get started here. Great start for Nuttall. He's going to go ahead and pull in front of Fiddler Headsback, take over first, and then Robert's going to pull in behind for third. John England fourth. Riley Goodwin looks like may be able to get in front of Jed Cotterman there. So the top 3 really pulling away here, as you can see from the rest of the group. Looks like John England's falling back to 5th, and he's got Jed Cotterman and Scott Crane right on his tail here, as Nuttall trying to keep Headsback behind him. Little disclaimer, I don't usually do broadcast for road course, so I apologize if it's not up to spec. Looks like we've got a nice little group here for the top 4. There's not much separation yet. It does look like we had John England just go off the course there, so he is going to fall back. Looks like Jed Cotterman's going to take his spot in 5th position. Scott Crane going to move into 6th as we move inside of Nuttall's car here, going into the very last turn. Looks like he's seeming to pull away there from Hedsbeck, so we get a little bit of separation in this group. And pretty big gap there now between the first 3 and essentially the rest of the pack. Nuttall seeming to pull away, and it does look like we've had another wreck here as Riley Goodwin's fallen off the course. That's going to put Cotterman into 4th place, and can't really see the 6th place car yet. Let's see if we can get a good look there. Goodwin way back there. This top 3 group here is, Degnier looks about a half second ahead of the rest of the pack. They are pulling away. Big gap between Cotterman there and the 4th place car. And I believe that's Scott Crane behind him. Oh, looks like Roberts is rolled off. That's going to put Cotterman up into 3rd. And it's going to put Scott Crane, I believe, in a 4th. Oh, Crane has gone off too. He's going to fall way back behind now. He's going to be dang near 10th place. As the top 2 are really pulling away now from the rest of the pack with that crash. Quite the battle as you got Fiddler Hedsbeck right on Nuttall's tail. This is a timed race. There's not a set number of laps here. I should go ahead and change that back to green. Not a set number of laps, as I said just a second ago. So you're essentially you run for 20 minutes. As soon as the timer's up, you get the white flag, and then the race is over. So plenty of time here for Fiddler Hedsbeck to catch up to him. As you can see, Cotterman way behind. Even both of them on the straightaway. Huge gaps between everybody. Let's go take a look at where Scott Crane ended up after that. Looks like my ticker's not working either here, so we'll just go ahead and get rid of that. Don't know why I'm having issues here with the overlay. Sorry about that, guys. Nuttall pulling a little bit away from Fiddler Hedsbeck here as we come into the big chicane. Now that has got to be one of the toughest portions of the track. It is slicker than goose shit back there. A lot of people spinning out, a lot of people running off the track. That no, that is still not going to be working for us. Apologies there, guys. Let's take a look at some of these cars. So fastest lap right now for Nuttall, 1:21.784. That's not too bad. Let's take a look here at Fiddler Hedsbeck. Started second, 1:21.894 for him. Got him in third here. 1:22.901 fastest lap on the track. You see quite that gap going. Trying to get a look at who the car behind them is. It looks like that's Riley Goodwin here, 1:22.857. And then we're going to have Briston Roberts sitting in sixth. Nuttall pulling away from Fiddler Hedsbeck a bit, but Riley's still right there. I mean, this is anybody's race for first place right now. I think we're going to go ahead and stick with this battle. So, not getting miles per hour for some reason, but there you can see RPMs, I believe. Just go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, it's like a little blip in here from everybody but Nuttall. That tells me that Nuttall's the one that is actually flipping. Making it a little bit difficult to see the gap that we have. Let's just see if we can go back to Fiddler. Oh, there he is, right on his tail still. As we come into the big S turn here. Still, huge gap between second and third, and not a big gap between first and second. I'm sure, like Nuttall hoped. Fiddler Hedsbeck has got to be the best road course driver in this league, and I'm sure that Nuttall is sweating bullets here having him behind him. Let's go ahead and get a nose view here. A little bit of a wide turn there from Hedsbeck. Big jump there going into the sandbox turn. That's another really difficult turn. If you're late, you're going straight into that box of sand, and you are essentially toast. If you're early, you hit that curb, and that slows you way down. So again, this is a very difficult road course. We've run a couple here in this league, and this has got to be the toughest one I think that we have ran. Get a cockpit view here to see how the wheel is looking. Nice and straight through the straightaway. See how smooth he's making these turns. Not too bad, not too shabby there at all. So Nuttall really actually pulling away now, giving himself quite a good lead there. So we see Riley coming through the turn. Let's see where Jed is. He's back at the beginning of the straightaway, and he's got an even bigger gap on Roberts. I believe that's Scott Crane right behind him. Let's just take a look. Does appear to be Scott. So right now, top five: Nuttall, Hedsbeck, Cotterman, Roberts, Crane. Rounding out the top five, then we have Shane Briggs, Timothy Blake, Jared Epker, and Eric Steele rounding out the top 10. And look at that gap between first and second and third. You can barely see Jed making it up there onto the straightaway. Let's see if we can look at the gap now he's got. Let's go ahead and do a rear chase view, and he's got a huge gap there on Roberts, who has another gap here on Crane. So sometimes these road courses aren't they're not too exciting like the ovals that we typically see these legends run. You know, not a ton of position changes. I mean, really, unless there's a wreck, you kind of see guys just fall into their line. And really, these top two guys have dominated the road courses this year. I believe they've split them 2 apiece as far as wins go, and the other guys finish second every time. So. Go to the back of the lane as we can see how far behind there Eric Steele is. Currently sitting at second in points, so he's got a lot of ground to make up. Nuttall will get an extra 30 points, I believe, for having fastest qualifying lap. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. It looks like John England has dropped out. Mark Greer is currently in the pits. Nuttall still holding that gap, but it's not growing. I mean, these guys are running every bit as fast as each other. Ooh, little jump of the curb there. That's going to slow him down just a bit. It's always really nerve-wracking to be in first with second place just pushing you as Hetzbeck is. You know, you just can't make mistakes if you want to keep your pole position, because you got to know for sure that second place is ready to pounce if you make a mistake. Look at these two go. Let's take a look at third, see if there's any competition back there. Does look like Briston is catching up to him just a bit. Again, these guys are way behind the 2 leaders. They're getting out of the straightaways before these guys are getting on them. But I think if you're Cotterman, you got to be pretty happy with the third, trying to compete with Nuttall and Fiddler Hetzbeck on these road courses. Ooh, a little wheel slip there from Hetzbeck. And again, a little wheel slip. Like I said, that is a very slick section of the course. Got to be very careful with your throttle control. Looks like he may have just gotten on it a little too hard as we come into the last turn. Oh no! Hetzbeck's off the course. Is Cotterman going to be able to catch up? Doesn't look like it. It looks like the gap is going to be, way too much for him to catch up. But that's going to give Noah a little bit of breathing room here as he comes into turn 1. We are on. They've run 14 laps right now. There's about 3 minutes left in this race. And we are still green. The league does not run cautions on the road courses. You see how big that gap now is between Nuttall and Hetzbeck. I believe we should be coming in close to the checkered flag here in the next lap or two, or the white flag. Let's go take a look at where Crane is now. quite tell here. He's sitting right in front of the 43 car, Blake, behind the 11. Let's get a view back on those leaders. Uh-oh, something going wrong here. Sorry, guys. Looks like Nuttall is pulling up here on a lap car, Mike Matherly, who is bringing up the rear of the cars actively driving at the moment. Look at that smooth turn through the sandbox. Headsback had one too, and he's actually closing that gap that was created with that off track there on turn 10. So Nuttall may be going into a little bit of conserve your tires, don't wreck. You know, just try to maintain your car on the track. I think at this point in the race, when we're coming up with 1 minute left, we are coming to the, I believe, the white flag here. Matherly gonna, looks like, concede the position. He's not gonna try and race the leaders here on the straight. It's a very kind move of him. It is not required. Mark that white flag. I do believe we are coming to the end. I could be one off or so, but I think this is gonna do it here. I don't believe Fiddler's going to be able to, or Fiddler Headsback's going to be able to catch him. See that gap there. Let's see how far behind of them Cotterman is. He's just coming out of the straight. And then Blake Crane just coming into the straight. Don't believe there's any cars behind them. Or in between. Looks like we had a big lockup there from Matherly as he is off the track here. I promise I will try to have the overlays here fixed for next week. Again, we'll have a little bit more exciting race on an oval course. Obviously, they're a little closer quarters, a lot more passing and such. I do believe this is going to be Nuttall taking it home for the win. And nope, we are actually, I'm sorry, we are now one to go here. This is going to be the last lap. I could stand corrected as well. Yep, no, I do believe the we are on the final lap here. Nuttall first, Fiddler Headsback second, Cotterman running in third here, just coming off the straightaway. Oh, we have Eric Steele running off the course there. That might cause some issues for Nuttall on the very last lap, a lap traffic. I mean, look at how much the gap has been closed by Fiddler Headsback there after that off track. It's a real credit to how amazing of a driver Riley is on these courses. I mean, there's almost been no competition for him until today. I know he had one second place to Nuttall before this, but that was caused by lap traffic. I think Nuttall's going to go ahead and secure this though. Last corner, take it very smooth. So we're going to have Nuttall first, and Headsback going to finish up in second. Let's go back to third place, see how that's coming along as he's coming into the last turn. Cotterman coming in at third, and behind him you've got Briston Roberts. That's Matherly behind them. He's a lap car, and there's Blake Crane, or I'm sorry, Scott Crane. Looks like he's coming out, just about to go to the last turn to finish out the top five. No competition there, none at all. I think we've got Briggs behind him, running hard with Timothy Blake. There's going to be a race here for sixth place. Oh, what a move by Briggs! He's going to take over 6 in the last turn, right in front of Blake. Got a race here to the finish. It is going to go to Briggs. Blake going to finish in 7th. Looks like we've got Epker in the 11th, going to finish 8th here. And then behind them, it looks like Eric Steele is going to come up behind them. Mike Matherly way back, but finishing up his last lap here. I don't know if Goodwin's still on the track. Let's go take a look. Nope, looks like Goodwin's fallen off, as well as everyone else in the field. Looks like Nuttall taking his little bit of a victory lap here. Let's take a look at these results. So like I said, in first place, you're going to have Quentin Nuttall. Followed behind him, Riley Fiddler-Hedsbeck finishing about a 1.5 seconds behind. Huge gap. Otherwise, this can't be correct because Cotterman finished 3rd. Again, like I said, I'll have this fixed for next week. Obviously, unofficial results here, as it looks like Cotterman Racing Team members going to line up. Pretty good finish there for the Cotterman Racing Team, as we have a 1st, a 3rd, and a 5th. Anytime you take 3 of the top 5 spots, you're having a good day. Can't blame them for lining up there for a little photo opportunity. Great race by everybody there. Like I said, not too much excitement, as you know, there's not much you can make exciting on a road course. People just tend to split, but we did have a pretty good clash between 1st and 2nd. And then obviously that battle there between Briggs and Blake for the 6th spot. So appreciate you guys tuning in for me. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Again, this is the We Are Legends League, and hope to see you guys next week.